Hello everyone, journal prompt for today. What does it feel like to lose yourself? In this video, I will guide you along the journaling process to increase your self-awareness, assess your energy, and align with the source of unconditional love. So if you're new to me, welcome. My name is Robin Knott, and I'm your host of Energy Healing TV and podcasts on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify. And welcome to what I like to call the self-love movement. Showing up for ourselves, right? So the self-care challenge is just that. As I often say, it is my deepest belief that if we all loved ourselves enough, suicide wouldn't be a thing. And it's a very close topic to my heart, if you will. So yeah, I'd like to squash that as much as we can. If you are ready to dig deeper, grab your journal. I have mine right here, and journal with me, right? So again, I'll set you up with the process, how I like to do my journaling. I start off with, I call this process, I call it a lifestyle, not just the journaling, but energy healing. So energy healing, lifestyle, journal, it all comes together. And then self-care challenge. So again, if you're new to me, self-care became also an acronym. Yesterday, we talked about self and the root chakra, following the 7 main chakras, right? So self and the root chakra, which also incorporates our beliefs as well, because our beliefs really kind of dictate how we have our human life experience, what it's like for us, what it means to us. What might be kind of, scary for one person is exciting and exhilarating for another based on some of our beliefs. So again, all of that is rooted in the root chakra, which we covered yesterday. So today, sacral chakra governs our emotions. So the letter E in self-care, emotions are what we often call energy in motion, right? Really amplifies our experience. I have another acronym, Best You. So again, yesterday, the letter B for Best You, talking about those beliefs, and today is still emotions. They're that important, right? And then I like to write out the journal prompt for the day. So what does it feel like to lose yourself? So in a way, we could say, well, if you feel like you lost yourself, that's kind of how it feels, right? But there's more. There are more emotions that come along with that experience, right? So what would those look like? What would that be? Some of the ones that came up for me was, of course, the lost feeling. Sometimes there's confusion involved. Sometimes if you haven't really pinpointed or identified or realized just yet that what you're feeling is kind of that lost feeling of losing yourself, then there's that confusion. You're kind of like, what is this, right? What's going on here? Disconnected, absolutely, because you don't feel like you're you, right? Some sadness, which some of that could be like grief, grieving the idea of you or grieving that connection that you felt within yourself before, connection that you felt with the divine before, that maybe you're not feeling that now. So there's some grieving going on. Grieving aspects of yourself, or even grieving the loss of enjoying time that you used to enjoy before, whatever it is that you feel that you have lost of you, whatever those aspects are that you feel that you've lost, grieving those. And of course, some heaviness and depression. There's probably more, but that's what came in for me today. So again, this journaling process is really meant to be personal for you, right? So that you could take it a little bit deeper, as deep as you want to go. I do think that it's not uncommon for us to have these feelings of feeling lost. Can happen in relationships with other people, can happen in our spiritual awakenings, right? Definitely feel like a disconnect or feeling not like myself as you shed the old versions of you and you're moving into the quote unquote newer versions of you. You have that feeling or sense that you lost yourself. And in a way you did. It's part of transformation, right? But we still have feelings about that, and that's okay. So we're normalizing human emotions for one. They're not as bad as we think they are, or they're not as bad as society has told us they are, or other people have said that they are, because Well, sometimes we just don't want to feel what we're feeling, right? Sometimes it's challenging to feel sadness and grief. For example, depression, anxiety. And then also other people don't know how to respond, right? So I think as a society, I'm going off on a tangent, as a society, but this comes up in my journaling, it's important. I can remember talking with friends and they had moments of feeling intense emotions. And the statement was, I'm losing it. And then there was this idea when you lose it, quote unquote, when you lose it, like control of your emotions, like you just feel like you're losing your mind. And sometimes you really do feel like you're losing your mind, right? Or that you're slipping, or just it's uncontrollable, it's chaotic, intense emotions, right? So then there's this losing it moment and this have to like check yourself into a mental place. And if you need to, I mean, that's fine, of course, take care of yourself, right? But I think too, sometimes it's, we don't. I think sometimes it's just that we need to be okay with feeling what we're feeling and allowing others to feel what they're feeling. We get used to hearing from other people that there's something wrong with you, right? There's something wrong with you. You're so sensitive. You're too sensitive. You gotta just deal with it. Like, that is part of dealing with it. You're feeling feelings. That's normal. That is part of dealing with it. But as a society, like across the board, many of us haven't been taught how to manage or deal with it, or that it's okay and that it's normal, right? They've been trying to, the emotions have been avoided, kind of hidden and avoided and dodged and then just misunderstood. And again, not knowing that uncomfortability, right? And then when you're a fixer too, let's throw that in the mix. When you're a fixer and you want to fix things and someone next to you are having intense emotions and you don't know what to do for them. So then there's like, okay, it's out of my hands. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So you need help. So maybe there's professionals that can help you, right? Which again is true. And when you need that, go do that 1,000,000%. But sometimes it's just allowing ourselves to feel and allowing people around us to feel, right? We don't have to keep trying to fix everything. There's a lot of things that can be fixed that we need to work on fixing. But denying a human emotion isn't fixing it anyway. So there's that part, right? Denying human emotion or avoiding human emotion isn't how we fix it. We feel it to heal it, right? However, that also doesn't mean stay stuck in it. So that's the big one. It's when we're stuck and we're just cycling and cycling and repeating and repeating and repeating, and we can't seem to get out of it, then that's definitely the time when we reach out for more help to help us through. Because there is a difference between feel it to heal it and getting sucked up and stuck in it. Definitely don't want that. So what do you think, guys? Have you felt like you lost yourself? And what brought about those feelings? Was it part of your awakening? Was it in certain relationships? Do you feel like you lose yourself when you're doing something amazing, right? Sometimes in gardening, it's not that I lose myself. I'm just so, you can just kind of get in a zone moment, right? You're just kind of zoning and flowing and zoning and flowing, but that's very different than losing yourself. Getting into a zone isn't necessarily, yeah, not quite the same thing, but share it anyways, because those are fun moments, right? We kind of like getting into the zone when you're really enjoying something. You're just flowing with it, and you're not necessarily grounded in it, but yeah, you're enjoying those moments, which are amazing. But have you felt like you have lost yourself? Have you felt disconnected from yourself or from God, from the source of unconditional love? How did you move through it when you felt that way? And if you're feeling it now, what is helping you move through it? And if you feel like you're not moving through it, that's okay too. Give yourself permission to just feel it. Love yourself there anyway, right? Love yourself there. Don't beat yourself up there. Love yourself there. We talk about that more tomorrow, right? Showing up for yourself with love and compassion. So I won't dive into that today. But again, if you feel comfortable, share what comes into your awareness as you do your journaling process. Remember, this is just for our own healing, our own growing, and on the daily checking in with ourselves. We can take it as deep as we want to go, just bringing it, increasing our awareness, assessing our energy, and getting into alignment with the source of unconditional love. And just by doing the journaling process, by checking in with you, by holding space for yourself, giving yourself that permission to feel and be okay with what you're feeling is massive. And that is in alignment with the source of unconditional love, right? That's what unconditional love looks like. Also, if you think someone can benefit from this video, please share it out so it can reach them, or invite people to my channel, whichever. Both is amazing. Excuse me, I would invite you to a group, but to be honest, groups are not doing it. I don't know. Algorithms, I don't know. I just don't know. Not feeling the groups. I do still have one on Signal. I may start inviting you back to that. I deleted the one on Telegram, Facebook, trying to reach people in the group. Just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So Facebook, I'll just say that. With a smile on my face. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Join me here live anyways. You can join the conversation. I invite you to do so. Also, if you haven't yet, sign up for the Empathic Healers Masterclass, a step-by-step guide to set boundaries and protect your energy. You can now watch that on demand. I will drop that link for you if you would like that. And still preparing for the 5-day BU challenge, right? So when we feel like we lose ourselves, how do we get back to you? And that is our 5-day challenge. Planning to launch December 11th. So if you would like in on that and you want more details, again, just ask in the comments and I will get that for you. So continue to take care of you. Thank you for sharing your time and space with me. Hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time in the world it is for you. And I will see you tomorrow. So much love.